HAARP.
HAARP.
I'm so helpless without you.
One of the other applications that came up early on was the idea of what's called earth-penetrating tomography. Let me make that really simple. By analogy, it would be like X-raying the Earth or looking into the Earth several kilometers or several miles deep to look at underground structures for mineral deposits, nuclear facilities, tunnels, mining facilities, all those kinds of things can be detected by earth-penetrating tomography. Now, the way that this would work with HAARP is really unique, and this is again going back to Dr. Easton's patents. By sending this energy up, this focused energy up to the ionosphere, what they can do is they can pulse the energy, so it acts like a punch. So it's punching the ionosphere with this force that causes the ionosphere to vibrate in resonance and harmony with this signal on the ground. So, if, for instance, in Norway, where they have one of these facilities operating, they were able to play Wagner in a way that got the ionosphere to literally vibrate to Wagner. As an example, in the low frequency range, extremely low frequency range, the ELF range, it sends a signal back to the Earth, and ELF signals are very long wavelengths, and what they do is they penetrate the Earth and sea all the way through the Earth and sea. Nothing stops these ELF signals from penetrating. Unlike the shorter wavelengths, the millimeter and centimeter wavelengths of other communication systems, microwave systems, and so on, these don't penetrate very deep, so they can't get down to, say, submarines at depth. So the way we communicate with submarines around the planet is we use 14 to 26 mile long antennas buried under the ground that create these ELF signals. They're in Michigan and Wisconsin, and some out on the Aleutian chain and other locations around the world. What HAARP offered was a new technology that would literally change the ionosphere by sending that energy up and pulsing it in. The ionosphere then acts as a broadcast antenna, sending back energy to the Earth in the ELF range at fairly low energy concentration.
The first atomic weapons testing was done without knowing if the chain reaction would stop or keep going. Dr. Robert Oppenheimer admitted years later that, quote, the government knew that the scientists didn't know. Stanford University experiments beaming